Everybody, welcome back to Christian Called Conservative. It's funny, I was going to just upload videos like once a week, try to be consistent, and just offer videos of different things that are going on in our nation. But I'm finding myself wanting to upload more often because so much is going on, and I'm like, I need to talk. So let's talk. The latest, what's going on in DC, apparently, the two teenage girls that carjacked the Uber driver and who ended up in a car accident and the Uber driver dying. Um, this this bothered me because my son is a teenager. My son is 13 years old. And just the mindset that you could think this is okay or you could think this is fun or we don't know what was going on in their heads. Obviously nothing, but I just what happened just bothered me and I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. As always, please put your comments down on the bottom. If this is informative to you or helpful, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to this channel. So basically the videos, and there's a video of the incident, and if you do look at it, it is graphic. You do see the Uber driver on the floor laying there. So if you're sensitive, I would not watch the video, but there are videos that are up that have been uploaded. So apparently 13 and 15 or 13 and 14-year-old girls, they carjacked this Uber driver and ended up taking off with him, holding on to his car, and ending up getting to a car accident, and then the Uber driver later dying. And it's awful because in the video you can hear one of the girls saying that she left her phone in the car. This is just such an awful, awful story. But one question that I have is, where were the girls' parents? Where was their supervision? Where was the person that was supposed to be watching them? I got it. They're teenagers. They have a little bit more freedom, but 13 and 14, 13 and 15, I don't know, maybe because my son is a homebody, he doesn't hang out with buddies like that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but my kid doesn't just go off into the street just hanging out. I'm not pretending to be some great parent. Trust me, I'm not. And my kid is no saint. But where were the parents? Where were they supposed to be? Did they tell their parents they were going to hang out at the mall or something and they decided to just go take a joyride with this Uber Eats driver? I just don't understand. My thing is, most likely, unfortunately, there's only one parent in the home. Unfortunately, what it's looking like these days is over 70% of kids are being raised by single parents. Now, I'm not saying single parents can't raise their kids, but we do know statistically two-parent homes work better for the kids. I mean, the stats are clear. President Obama said it himself that 5 times likely to end up in crime, 9 times likely to drop out of school, 20 times likely to go to jail when there isn't a second parent in the home. Now, understand, I am not raising my son in a two-parent home, but his father and I have a understanding of how we're going to raise our son together. We may not be living under the same house, but the rules are the same. When my son goes to see his father, it is the same rule as if he is here. And so, again, I am not trying to be on my high horse saying how I'm doing it so much better. I'm learning as I go. He is my only son. I am learning as I go, trust me. But one thing is for sure, that little boy, yes, he's a little boy at 13. He has two parents with one rule, and the rule is clear. You abide by what we say, and that's it. Now, this isn't to say, again, that he's just this saint. Trust me, he is not. But I strongly believe those stats are real. When the two parents are a team raising their kids, they do better. So for me, regarding the story is, where were the parents? Now, sometimes, ladies, I get it. We made a bad choice, and the guy that we ended up with was not the ideal role model for our kid. Okay, fine. Where was the uncle? Where was your brother? Where was that community figure that they can look up to? Where was the person, that male figure, that could show them the right way to go? I understand that sometimes we can't depend on family, fine, but we need that male figure in these kids' life, in girls and in these boys' lives, to show them how to conduct themselves in society. As a therapist, I tell my patients that mothers teach their sons value and their fathers teach them responsibility. there are things I cannot teach my son. It is not my job to teach him. He is supposed to learn that from a male figure. And thank God he has his father. And so that's my question for the girls in this story is where, if their father was involved in their lives, not that day in particular, where were the parents? And so, and I know it is a hard job when you're working two jobs maybe and you're living in not the ideal situation, but we have got to do a better job raising these kids up, being more invested in their lives. Again, I am not saying that I'm doing this all right. Like I said, I'm learning as I go, but I do know one thing for sure is that my son has his father in his life so that he has a healthy balance of the right and the wrong and how to conduct himself in society. So this is going to be, as the story unfolds, this is just going to get awful. And my other question is, where's BLM? Where's BLM? Don't their lives matter? I mean, maybe they don't have a healthy parental figure. I mean, where is Black Lives Matter? I would think they would be right on this because their lives matter, right? And they're Black. These girls are young Black ladies, young Black babies, may I say, at 13 and 14 years old. Where are they? I mean, they're going to need legal representation. They're going to need some psychological help because these babies are going to be known as murderers for the rest of their life, or accessory to murder, or vehicular homicide, whatever you want to call it. Once it sinks in, they're going to be known as murderers. They're going to be known as carjackers. They're going to be known as the girls who had no care except for her phone that was in the car that she stole after she killed a man. Where's BLM? I heard so far nothing from the left regarding this horrific incident. Do these lives not matter, or is it just the ones that matter during the election year? Oh, sorry. Shouldn't have said that. So anyway, bottom line is, as a therapist, I'm thinking these girls are going to need some serious therapy. And so BLM should be able to provide that for them. They got all of these millions of dollars. They can do that and help them out. So anyway, like I said, I just want to get on here and just talk to you about this awful scenario, this awful story that unfolded just yesterday. I saw it on Facebook. And it's important to have this dialogue. Like I said, the whole point of this is for us to converse and just to share with each other what's been going on. And I'm thinking this is more important than Aunt Jemima and not Uncle Seuss, Dr. Seuss. I'm thinking that's probably more important than that, this story right here. So we should be focusing on this story. We should be focusing on these two young girls whose lives are going to be completely forever switched up because of this. And so this whole thing about racism and police brutality, yeah, that's a thing. All right, fine. But probably need to figure out how we're going to help these girls. We need to figure out how to make sure this doesn't happen again. What is it that society needs to be able to help raise up their kids? And I don't mean as far as money. That is not the issue. How we can support having two-parent homes, how we can support both parents being involved in a child's life. And again, I could be completely off. They may have both parents who are invested in their life, and for somehow, some way, they went the other direction. And it happens. Of course it happens. I'm not naive to think that two parents solves problems, but the likelihood of crime, the likelihood of gang-related activity is lessened when both parents are involved in a child's life. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to talk. So put your comments down on the bottom. Let me know what you think about this topic at hand. Do you know anything else? Is there anything that has unfolded about this awful story, about this awful event that occurred just the other day? So yeah, put your comments on the bottom. And if you don't like the way that I react to it, let me know. Throw on the other side. I appreciate it. I definitely, like I said, I am here. I am welcoming information. But bottom line for me is that kids are kids, and it's our responsibility to show them the path. And if we don't know the path, we get some assistance from people who are doing better than we are. I'm not saying anybody else walks on water. Only one man did that. But if we're having a hard time raising these kids, we need to ask for some older folks support, some grandmamas who've done it, some older brothers and sisters who've done it a little better than we have. So put your comments on the bottom. Give us a thumbs up if this was helpful or interesting to you. Consider subscribing to this channel. And again, I thank you, and I'll see you next time on Christian Called Conservative. God bless you.